I was recently watching this video on YouTube from this content creator. She was talking about how men are always seeking the approval of other men and how they're afraid of other men. And, they will do things, that are unethical, illegal, to appear tough and not to be judged. Insecure men. And I just want to share my stories, and experiences with men who are pussy. So I want to start with my pussy ass father. Now, this motherfucker has a history of abusing women and children, raping women and children, physically beating them, and then he avoids accountability by not coming around certain people. When I first started living with my aunt, she took custody of my brother and I. Our father made up the excuse that, I didn't come visit you all because my aunt had an adult son. And he kept saying, because I don't want him or somebody in the family to beat me up. Anyway, and they weren't going to do anything either because they're pussy, right? And if they were to do something, they should have done it a long time ago when you were an adult raping my mother, who was a child, and impregnating her when she was 16 years old. Anyway, secondly, my aunt's son, my second cousin, he was so pussy. He would sleep with other men's wives, girlfriends, and then when they would call him to confront him about it, his pussy ass would... I remember one time he gave me the phone because some man was calling him about calling his wife. So he gonna come bring me the phone, here. So I answer it. He's asking for him by name. And so I'm like, that person don't live here. I don't know who that is. He's like, tell him to quit calling my wife. And it's like, bitch, nigga, why the fuck would you put me, a child, in the middle of that? And I was about 14 years old at the time. Then, at work, when I worked at Red Lobster, this was white privilege. This was whiteness, but at the root of it all was men being afraid to hold each other accountable. So I used to work with these white guys, and they were drug addicts. A lot of the people that I worked with at Red Lobster, they, smoked a lot of cigarettes, drank a lot, did a lot of cocaine, pills, whatever. And so these motherfuckers used to go around. Now, it was a select few of white guys. And they would just cut the fuck up. They'll have a tantrum because they ain't had a drink. They ain't had a pill, they ain't hit a line or a bump or whatever the fuck. And they'll be in that bitch having a hissy fit, just picking something to bitch about because they need a re-up of whatever drug that they take. So my white male manager, and he never addressed it. He ain't never pulled them to the side. He allowed these white men to, be team leaders. So they would fill in for a manager in case, they didn't have enough managers to cover. So they would be doing things in leadership, but still when they were working as servers, they would be throwing things, destroying the property, getting at everybody, yelling at everybody, just being total dicks. And my white general manager never said nothing to them. Now with me, he had the fucking smoke for me. I had such a bad attitude. I was this and I was that. Now a lot of the times I was arguing with these men, cause you're not gonna talk to me like that. I already know you fiending or what the fuck ever, but you're not about to talk to me like that, especially when I'm here just doing my job. I'm not about to be on the receiving end of you and your fucking addiction. I already dealt with that with my mother. I'm not taking nobody else's shit when it comes to that. and a lot of other shit. But anyway, so yeah, they, be up in there acting all shitty or whatever. I remember one time, now this particular person, he wasn't on drugs, but it was a man thing. So I was hosting at the time, and I had set a two-top. And so I communicated, hey, I'm going here, sitting this two-top at this table. So went there, sat him down. Then I come back. This black male is arguing with me. He's like, why would you sit them there? And I told you I was saving that for a party. Now this table had been sitting empty for a little minute, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to sit a two-top there. Like, it was a very small table. I was like, I'm just gonna try to sit a two-top there for that server. So I told him, I was like, I don't remember you telling me that. And I communicated with you because you've been standing here that I was going to this table with this two-top. You didn't tell me that. So he just started arguing with me. So then all of a sudden, my general manager comes, and who do he address? Me. Now, at this point, I'm not escalated, but this guy is coming at me like very aggressive or whatever. So this person, he was dating my cousin. So God damn it. Stupid ass fucking train. Shut the fuck up. Anyway. So a few weeks later, my cousin, her and I are talking, and she's like, oh, well, such and such said he don't like working with you when y'all busy because you get upset easily. And I stopped her, and I was like, your boyfriend don't like working with me when we're busy because he was the one that was tripping. He tripped on me first, and I was defending myself. See, that was the thing. I knew we were going to get busy. The busyness never bothered me. Like, I know that at some point of the shift, I'm going to be running. And the next thing I know, 2 to 3 hours then pass me by in the blink of an eye, and I just been running my ass off. I expect that. But it be my lazy ass coworkers, drugged out, need another hit ass coworkers who don't know. And so, I told her, I was like, no, that ain't the case. Like, that was him that was flustered because we were busy. And then now you sitting up here talking shit about me. So number one, you got our white manager, and then now you're trying to weaponize my cousin against me. But she a op-ass bitch anyway. Then working at Brio, where number one, I was harassed by a black man, and all the men there decided to take his side, even though it was very clear and evident that he was harassing me. They were so fucking pussy. They made up lies, all type of shit to try to distract from the fact that he was harassing me. I had one manager in particular, he was like making up shit. He was trying to make it seem as if I was trying to threaten the guy, and all this other shit. Then another one of them were saying things like, oh, well, why don't you call, like taunting me for contacting HR and keeping on making complaints to HR. They never did anything about it. The only thing they did was try to make me out to be the bad guy whenever I would tell them, like, okay, this is happening, he did this. They'll be like, oh, are you sure that's what it was? Are you sure he wasn't just working? Are you sure you're not misunderstanding this or, misreading the situation? I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I know what it is when somebody is fucking harassing me. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Then, so after that situation, when I would walk into the restaurant, I had all the Hispanic men. They used to call me a bitch. Every time I walk into the building, they'll suck their teeth. Bitch, 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 stupid bitch, stupid bitch, crazy bitch, crazy bitch, 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 bitch. Whenever my guest had a fucking modification on something, I hated it because after I ring in the order and I would have to walk past the line, I would hear bitch, 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 bitch. They even got to the point to where they were throwing away food tickets from, they would throw away the food tickets. I would ring in for the guest. Like, they threw away $100 food ticket of mine one time, and these people ordered drinks, they ordered appetizers, and their food order, like entrees, was over $100, and they threw that motherfucker out. So after about 15 minutes, the guests were asking, like, where's our food at? So I noticed it was taking a while, but after asking them, because they would be taking all day, so I would ask, like, where is it at? And they'll get mad at me. Stop asking me questions, bitch, 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 bitch. So I would just wait till the guest, would say something. So I went up to my manager and I was like, where's the food at for table 63? And he come busting out there. They ain't started a motherfucking thing. Like I said, the check was over $100 just for their entrees. So they come busting out there. My manager, he didn't say nothing to them. Like, you are a manager and they like, oh, call me chef, call me chef, call me chef. But you got your line cooks acting with shitty ass integrity, shitty ass work ethic, selling shit ass food, burnt food, undercooked food, runny ass mashed potatoes, cold shit, burnt shit, all type of fucked up shit. And they never said nothing to them. Like, they pussy asses never put those other men in check. One time the Hispanics did a walkout because they were tired of getting paid less and all this other stuff. My general, so it was like 3 chefs. It was one that was like the executive chef. There was like 2 assistant ones, and they're not chefs. Like, they were just kitchen managers, but Brio liked to blow their fucking heads up and call them chefs. Anyway, so as the executive chef, if your line has not showed up to work, at the time, and then when they come in, they all got on street clothes, and they're like, tell him to come out here and talk to us. So he never went his scary ass out there. So all he did was call in one of the other kitchen managers who had the day off. Then he had one kitchen manager who was already a pussy, the one who tried to set me up with the whole harassment thing, the kitchen guy who was harassing me or whatever. So his pussy ass went over there and pretty much was just like, telling them, like, just get on the line or whatever. So they all staged a walkout. We were super busy. They never held them accountable. And do you know what these pussies did? They hired them motherfuckers back. Yep. Some of them came back and got their fucking jobs back. And it's because men are afraid of other men. The general manager, not the general manager, but the executive chef, he was this big white dude. And the Hispanics, they were like little, short. And his big bitch ass, he used to say, oh, well, I'm not going back there to argue with them. They're mad about a burger. They're not finna hem me up back there because of a burger. And it's like, what the fuck is you big for? Like, you big. Like, why is you a big, weak, pussy ass bitch? Like, what the fuck wrong with you? But anyway, and I know, like, that was a lot of my issues with a lot of men, because I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to let nobody abuse me or disrespect me or none of that bullshit. And if it's somebody vulnerable, like a child or something like that, I'm not going to let you do it. And a lot of men, they will try to shame me, say that I'm a bitch and all this other stuff, because I'm not afraid of men. But they are, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just sick of it. And this is not like a man hating thing. It's just what I've noticed. Men, unevolved, lower functioning, pussy ass, no integrity, no work ethic, no education, no fucking street smarts, no fucking common sense, just a shitty ass person. They will be so angry and have so much anger for a woman. And that's how, like, a strong woman, if you attach yourself to one of these pussies, you better get the fuck away. Men, they hate it. Like I said, them motherfucking men in Brio, they was ready to fight me. Like, I had one man get so fucking mad at me. He been mad, and he just was waiting on the opportunity to snap on me. And he was pretty much acting like he was gonna come across the line. And I'm telling you, I was like, man, he was like telling me to shut up. And I was like, you shut up. He was like, make me. And I'm like, dude, come across this motherfucking line. And like, I'm not finna wait. I'm not finna argue. I'm gonna grab a weapon and I'm going at you first. And I'm going for something very critical and something that will transition you to the next realm, because you got me fucked up, and I already have a lot of pent up anger and frustration with my father. And that's the thing with men, is like, I didn't carry the hatred from the men in my life, me being bullied and all this other stuff, to other men. But it's like, men have definitely made me, or tried to make me, pay for me being strong, me voicing my opinion, me having my own opinion, me living my life the way I felt was right, me not living by a standard. And they've always tried to come into my life, not giving no money, not putting me in no position to make no money, but trying to tell me how to live my motherfucking life, because it ain't something your pussy ass will do. And it's like, no, fuck you. And then another thing, while we're on the topic, no, that's for another video. But anyway, I just wanted to share my experiences dealing with scary ass men who are scared of other men who are unevolved, low functioning, low frequency, pathetic motherfuckers. Every man who has ever disrespected me, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Any man who has ever tried to plan some shit or tried to use a woman to do their dirty work for them, fuck you. Any man who set up and spread rumors about me, or, tried to tell my business and all this other stuff, fuck you too. Any man that I've ever worked with who got smart with me or disrespected me for any motherfucking reason, fuck you too. I have been through so many battles, especially in this motherfucking workplace, working with these demonic, weak, pussy ass motherfuckers. And, I still am loving and I'm kind, and I understand that this is the patriarchy, because the patriarchy harms everybody. The patriarchy doesn't benefit anybody in the long run. Like, yeah, men may have more benefit, but at what cost? They have to sacrifice themselves for the benefit. They have to sacrifice their integrity. They have to sacrifice, everything for the patriarchy. And then they want to throw women and children in there too, because, they pussy ass can't stand in their own misery. You sold yourself out. So leave women and children out of it. But yeah, I realize I sound like a man hater. I'm not. I have 2 sons and a husband who I love very dearly, but men, black men, Hispanic men, white men, they have been my nemesis. They have been very dangerous to me. And the moment, I'm not a pet, or the moment I'm not affirming of their bullshit, the moment I speak up for myself, the moment I hold anybody accountable, and it don't even have to be them. Like, just the fact that I'm holding another man accountable, here they come. They have to take up for each other. Like, they just can't sit with it. They can't sit with the fact that a woman is holding her own and defending herself. They hate the fact that I don't have a man standing up for me, and I just got all these balls and this confidence to let you know, you got me fucked up. They mad because they see my spiritual protection, and they know they better not ever lay a motherfucking hand on me. I remember when I was a kid, there's a man, it was this little girl, she was like lying to her parents saying that I was bullying her. And so, her mom was like trying to intimidate me, and she had, my aunt believing her because my aunt was abusive. So anytime, I noticed with abusive parents, anytime they could go against their child that they're abusing and to try to make them look bad, to like smear their personality or their character, they're gonna take it. So my aunt and her son, they were jumping with joy to smear my name and to smear my character, and to pretty much make it appear as if I'm doing the very thing to that little girl that they were doing to me. So I didn't have anybody supporting me in this, and that was one of the determining factors as to why I didn't go to my aunt's funeral, because I wasn't going anyway. But that was one of the things I thought of. I'm like, that bitch, I'm like, you really, sat there and let that woman and her daughter lie on me and all this other stuff. And she was just eating it up. And then my cousin, her son, shut up. If you keep talking, don't be talking to that grown woman like that. Like, literally threatening to hit me. And I was just like, no. And so, yeah, anyway. But anyway, that man, at first he pulled up, and I didn't know who he was. So then he got out the car, and I saw her sitting there. Now, she was sitting there with this scared ass look on her face because she wasn't expecting him to jump out the car and to stand in my face. Now, I'm 12 years old, right? I am 12 years old, and this grown man standing in my face, huffing and puffing, talking about how he gonna whoop my ass. And I don't know what came over me, but I was just standing there, and I didn't break. I looked that motherfucker right in his motherfucking eyes. I didn't say nothing to him, but I had that look on my face like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was not allowing him to little bow wow me. I wasn't gonna allow him to fucking put fear in my heart, and I was not afraid of him. I was not afraid of him, nothing like that. Like, I wasn't. And he was so fucking mad that I didn't say anything, and I had that quiet strength, and I kept my motherfucking eye contact on his ass. Like, I'm not gonna break my gaze from you because you feel like you pussy motherfucker, because what you should have done was go down and talk to my aunt. You shouldn't want to talk to another adult. You don't ever roll up, especially on a girl child, and you a grown man, But anyway, like, these pussy ass men, they are very dangerous to women and children. And I never, if I have to put a pussy in his place, then I will put that pussy right in his place. And I don't believe in emasculating men for fun or being rude to men or misandry or anything like that. I think that shit wrong. But at the same time, I'm not going to allow you to overtalk me, to disrespect me, or none of that shit. So, I just want to share my experience dealing with weak-ass, bitch-ass men who try to be violent to intimidate me. And it didn't work. Like, the spirit in me would become more emboldened. Like, you're not gonna shut me up. I'm not gonna sit here if I know that I'm right, because I'm not just talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm speaking up for myself. You know, I'm defending myself when I've been wronged, or speaking out against something. And just because, you know, you don't like that, or you feel like women need to be quiet, because that's what that guy that tried to jump over the line and fight me, he was like, you talk too much. I'm like, yeah, that's it right there. That's it right there. That's it right there. You want to shut me up, bitch. And it's like, motherfucker, you will transition. You will transition. And that's going to be my intent. And that's just that.